The child support system is absolutely broken. If you want to get an idea of how broken it is, picture an old pirate ship. I mean, a real antique, floating out in the middle of the ocean. This thing has no business being out in the water. It barely stays afloat, leaking water all over the place. But you have all these people in business suits bailing water out, just enough to keep it from sinking. But they're not going anywhere. It's just not moving. That's the child support system. That's how broken and screwed up it is. You know, picture as they're bailing water out, they're just dumping money. All this money is just leaking out into the ocean, just poof, disappearing. Not going to any good use, especially not going to the people who really need it. There are so many ways that the child support system is screwed up, not the least of which is the fact that it incentivizes people not to do things with their life. Here's what I mean. So the more money you make, the more you're going to pay in child support. I mean, that's just a given. The problem is the way that it's set up to do that is actually pushing people to not go out and do more with their life, make more money for their families and themselves, right? They're not out there working hard to make money to put into the economy, right? To make the economy better. They're not making more money to invest in the stock market, right? To help the stock market. They are pushed by this system to not work or work under the table or work a lower paying job so that the child support payment that they're hit for isn't astronomical, right? Because if they go out, if they work a bunch of overtime, if they climb the corporate ladder, if they make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, they're going to be paying an ungodly amount of child support. If that's not bad enough, I believe that the system actually pushes people to do illegal things. Here's what I mean. In my jurisdiction, there's case law that says that child support cannot be calculated based on illegally obtained money. Wait a minute. So you're saying that if I work my ass off and I make a lot of money, I'm going to pay more child support. But if I go and break the law and I get the money illegally, then you're not going to use that to calculate my child support? That makes absolutely no sense. It should be the other way around, if anything at all. The other thing that I don't really understand is why, for non-payment of child support, are we doing things like taking people's driver's license and putting people in jail? So, hey, you haven't paid your child support, Dad, so we're going to take your driver's license. So you can't go to work and make money to pay child support. Or the funniest one of all is, hey, Dad, you haven't paid your child support, so we're going to go ahead and lock you up, right? Good luck getting any child support payment out of that guy. Better yet, state, you just screwed yourself because now you're paying to house Dad for 3 months or 6 months, right? 3 hots in a cot. That's going to cost a lot of money. That's going to cost way more than the child support that you're saying he didn't pay. I don't understand how this makes sense. And this goes back to my analogy of the old boat that's leaking money, right? That's the child support system. It's broken as hell. It needs to be fixed. I've heard the arguments for the other side. It's, hey, look, yeah, we know it's not perfect, but it's the best thing we have. And we need a system. It would be chaos without it. And there's just nothing we can do. So we just kind of play the game with the dice that we're given. I find that hard to believe. I think that the means to change the system are there. I think there's just not enough people speaking in unison at the same time demanding change. If enough people get together and they have a good workable plan to change the child support system and they speak together in one voice in the right place to the right people, politicians, something's going to happen, right? The politicians have to realize that their job is dependent on making a meaningful change, right? Based on enough voters standing up, speaking out and saying, hey, look, politician, you don't change something, we're not going to vote you in, right? We're going to fire your ass if you don't make a change, right? That's how we do it, okay? That's how it's going to happen. And I'm all for it, right? Now, I'm not one of these guys who's saying, yeah, we need to burn the system down. I think we need something, right? We need that boat to stay afloat long enough to get something new in there. We need to at least be moving towards something new. Right now, we're just floating in the middle of the ocean. It's an exercise in absolute futility, and it makes me sick. And I meet people every day, not just in my law practice, but on this channel, who are just suffering going through the child support system. What I do on this channel is I offer free information to anyone going through the child support system on strategy, about things that they need to know if they're going in for hearings or discovery or the court process. I firmly believe that the child support system is destroying people's lives. It's ruining people financially, and it's incentivizing people not to do things with their life. Basically, it's making the world a worse place than it would be without it. We need a system in place that works. We need meaningful change. And the only way we're going to get that is if enough people speak out to the right places at the right time. This is Child Support School. I'll see you in the next one.